You are now tuned in to the We Don't Play station all day. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful morning. There's so much to thank God for. There's so much to do today. It's a wonderful Thursday, January 7th, 2021. Happy New Year, guys, once again. And I'm here to really give you guys some quick tips on SEO. Now, I've been doing a lot of SEO treatment for clients when dealing with actual websites, blogs, pictures, just name it, branded photos. Let me put it like that. And one of the things I realized is that when you are doing branding, you have to be very specific about who you're branding for. Now, the word for is pertaining to people that are in your industry, that actually have the skills, that have the wisdom and have the knowledge to actually understand what you're saying, because they understand what you're bringing to the table. So I'm going to tell you guys about SEO today. And if you're trying to get more information, please go to playinc.online/newsfeed. And then if you want to check out this podcast, you can also go to playinc.online/podcast. So yeah, guys, we're going to be talking about search engine optimization. And I want to tackle about 5 questions, and then I'll tackle another 5 questions probably tomorrow on part 2. So for part 1, this is the 5 questions I want to tackle this morning. The first one is, how do you do SEO for a website? The second one is, what is search engine optimization? The third one is, what is SEO and how it works? The fourth one is, how do I get SEO on Google? That's going to be very, very interesting actually when we get there. And then the final question will be, how much does SEO cost? So I want to, before I even go into deep topics and understand exactly what SEO is, it's short for search engine optimization. I've just said that. And how you can be able to do SEO for a website is very easy when you have the idea of creating value for your product. That's why I first started off with a brand before I even went into SEO, because SEO is specifically for people who actually want to use it to their benefit and create wealth through organic traffic by building relevance in the society they tend to or appeal to. So how do you do SEO for a website? How you do SEO for a website is highly based on your keywords. Keywords is actually it's like the primary and secondary and tertiary word for SEO, because if you don't have keywords, then you can be able to attack those words, if that makes sense. You have to really attack the words strategically so that you can place them ideally for someone to find when they're looking for something that they need. So when you do SEO for a website, and we're going to get that down in the 4th question, is by using pictures, videos, and text, period. Pictures, videos, and text. When you use pictures, you can use alt text. Alt text is something like alternative text. So you're actually telling Google to crawl your picture and explain the picture with about 1 or 2 sentences. Most likely it should be 1 sentence, maybe about 5 to 8 words because of the length of the words. But ideally, you need to make sure that your SEO for a website is containing those things. Another thing you have to think about are the heading tags. There's usually heading 1, there's usually heading 2, and there's usually heading 3. They go from heading 1 to 6, but you want to stick around 1, 2, and 3. Why? Because when you stick around 1, 2, and 3, you're telling Google that you have authority to explain. You have explanations that can be put down in headings. So heading 1 is going to be like the main heading. That's actually the catchphrase. So your keywords need to be in that catchphrase. And we're going to talk about Pinterest very soon, especially Pinterest for business. that's going to be coming up very soon this month. So when you think about SEO for a website, you got to think about the pictures, the text, the videos, the graphics, pretty much in general. But make sure that when you're doing this stuff, have bright pictures, have clear pictures, have crisp pictures, have pictures people can actually consume. People love when you have face value pictures, not stock images. So make sure you have branded photos. Always watermark your photos, especially if you're trying to do branding. You can either watermark them visibly or watermark them from an alt text perspective. You can do so much to copyright your images. And when you do that consistently, especially using this tool, if you've never heard this before, check this out. It's called GeoImgr.com. That's geoimager.com. It's perfect for local SEO, and you're able to actually gain attraction to your website, when you actually have your coordinates in order, so that you can be able to actually reach the right people at the right time, exactly how you want to find them. So how do you do SEO for a website? Pictures, videos, and text. But those pictures, videos, and text need to be supported by keywords. Keywords that actually make sense. Keywords that are actually trafficking, which means they are building high traffic, high momentum, high volume in search. So that when somebody actually searches for that word, then your picture shows up because your website has a heading that is connected to it, if that makes sense. The next question is, what is search engine optimization? I want to be very literal with you guys today. Search engine optimization means the process, and I'm getting this from Google, so you guys actually can Google this too. Search engine optimization is the process of maximizing, I just talked about it, maximizing the number of visitors to a particular website by ensuring, this is the key part, by ensuring that the website appears. And by appearing, you need to be visible. You need to actually have stuff on there. You need to have quality content on there. You need to be in that space where you can actually say, okay, this is what it is, what we're talking about, this is what we're doing. And then you're able to appear. So when you appear, it ensures that the website or the site you have that you're controlling appears high on the list of results. That's a key. That's literally the end goal of SEO, that you appear on the high end of the results, which means on page 1 on Google, on page 1 on Pinterest, on page 1 on Yahoo, on page 1 on Bing, on page 1 on LinkedIn, on page 1 on Facebook, on page 1 on Twitter, on page 1 on Instagram. You have to stay relevant. TikTok too. Make sure that your SEO is so key strategic that you can cut across all through the platforms using the same keyword metadata, which is another word for image description, and you're able to put yourself out there, but this has to be returned by a search engine. So you can't really work with a search engine optimization without a search engine. That's why it's called search engine optimization. And when you do this, you're able to get more traffic, and then that integrates content with your social media, which of course now brings in beautiful results. When you have SEO treatments and it builds quality and quantity, you're able to really, really strive high. Now, the next question is, what is SEO and how it works? I just told you how it works. But to be more specific, SEO is where you're able to express yourself to the maximum because you know exactly what you're talking about, and you're able to index that to a platform that somebody can actually find you on, and then you're able to build attraction from there. So how it works, you have to make sure that you have your SEO treated well. Use websites like answerthepublic.com, use ubersuggest.com, and then use sparktoro.com. These are amazing websites you can be able to actually check out for yourself and utilize. I also talked about that on my Instagram. It's going to be on my Pinterest today. It's already on my Facebook, and it is on LinkedIn as well. So make sure you use these 3 websites to attract traffic. The higher the cost per click, the lower the SEO difficulty, which is at least by 40. Shout out to Neil Patel. is where you're supposed to be. Then once you do that, the next question is going to be easy. How do I get SEO on Google? Boom. Now, here's how you get SEO on Google. You get SEO on Google when you actually connect your website to a Google Search Console. What is that? A Google Search Console, just Google that, is a platform that Google has created to index and crawl sitemaps to your website. I know I'm speaking jargon right now, but you're able to sitemap your product, sitemap your website, sitemap your idea or your whole being, so that whenever you're on that platform, you're creating value, and the search engine console, which is a search console by Google, in other words, Google Search Console, you're able to now rank those SEO headings, keywords, metadata, alt text, all that good stuff. It's going to be plummeted. Like, you're going to just find yourself deep down in the submarine level, where you're so deep and you're so like controlling your space that if anybody's looking for this, you're the first person to actually come up. People are always like, oh, all businesses are growing. Yeah, business is always going to grow. That's never going to stop. Competition is always going to get more and more and more competitive. It's going to get stiff, but how you shackle off your feet, shout out to Mary, it's like you have to be very persistent. Just be persistent on what you want to do. Make sure that your Google is connected to your website through the SEO and to the Google Search Console. And you're going to be balling after that. And then, of course, when you do that, you have to have articles. People say, oh, blogs. Blogs are amazing when you have the right article with the right headings, with the right pictures, with the right deep links, with the right backlinks. You're able to do all that. And if you actually want to know more about what I'm talking about, visit my website on playinc.online, and then you click on the courses button in the homepage so you can be able to access all this data and information. So please make sure you're able to use SEO for yourself. It's very friendly. It's very useful. It's very ancient in the sense that people have been doing this for years, but nobody gets why this page ranks on Google faster than this page. Let me give you guys a quick pro tip. When you use SEO practice, make sure you have at least 100 keywords on your homepage, because the homepage is the first page somebody sees. I talked about the first page in the first minute or so, or somewhere in between this episode podcast segment. And if you're listening, stay tuned, enjoy yourself, be happy, stay strong. There's so much to learn, and I'm just giving you guys quick tips so you can be able to actually grasp everything I'm saying today. So when you do that, you create that attack and you're able to give yourself leverage. So when you're able to rank on Google, then you have 100 keywords, for example, find out what the average, characteristic count is in terms of how many characters, how many images, how many links. Find out how those things work, and then you're able to start scaling. And the last question is, how much does SEO cost? Now, there's SEO and there's SEM. SEO costs $0. SEO is purely organic, but the work is intensive. It's very, very intensive, but it's very rewarding at the end. The SEM is more so like you're doing paid search on ad space, but at the same time, you're gaining attraction because you're able to pull through and give people what they want based on what they're searching for. Normally, when people search on Google, they don't pick the first three options, which are the ads. So don't do that. Don't spend your money on that. But use that to leverage and know, okay, this is actually what's ranking. Type in on Google, you're going to see a lot of suggestions. So you're going to know what's going to rank first. By ranking first, it means you have authority. It means you have a website that actually has traffic. Those are things that you have to look out for. So check out my blog. Check out the newsfeed, playinc.online/newsfeed, and you can be able to get more information about SEO. I'm your host, Flav Beats, also known as Favor Obasi Ike. That's my real name. Everyone's like, oh, Favor, is that your real name? Yeah, Favor is my real name with a U, Favour. And I really appreciate you guys for being here. If you're enjoying this podcast, please rate this podcast.com/we don't play. And I'm going to see you guys tomorrow for part 2. So enjoy your SEO. Make sure you guys rewind this podcast, subscribe, like, share, and I definitely look forward to helping each and every one of you. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of interactions coming your way very soon. So this has been your host, Favor Obas A.G.E. Once again, I'm out. Have a wonderful Thursday, and I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.